All right, I do believe we are live. Welcome everybody to kind of a late night chat. I just do this because I don't want to be told, "Oh, you skipped a day of chats." So I'm doing this chat. Just got home. Literally just got home. Uh, got off the train about an hour and a half ago. Took my sister home. Stopped at Walmart on the way back, or not Walmart, Best Buy on the way back, and then came up the hill. Well, then went to IKEA to get my son a poster frame, and then came back up there. We got a poster while we were in Seattle. So I'm here, but it's late. I don't know how many people will show up tonight because, like I say, it's way past our normal time. I got to go put my little frog on the. My sister got me a cowboy frog. She said it looked like me with the little round belly and the skinny legs, and I've got a cowboy hat like that, and a red scarf like that too. And he's got his 6-shooters on his hip, which he's going for. He's got his spurs. I don't have his spurs, but I'm gonna put him over here on my safe before he gets broken. And be in front of the Godzilla. Name of Best Buy at Best Buy. Well, I got 2 Dell monitors, pretty cheap, because I'm going to use them to flag my computer. Because I've got this big upright one right here, but it's taking up too much desk space. So I ordered one of those double brackets for behind, so that I can put it behind my computer and put many monitors, out one on each side right here, but have them not be sitting on the desktop, taking up too much fucking room. But let me do my little spiel. Welcome, everybody, to Shooting It with Yankee. Just a little hour chat here. Well, I have 55 minutes now, actually. Between me and my viewers, I got one of those little, you get a little bumps on your tongue that hurt really bad. That's why I got here on my tongue right now. Hate those things. I always go in and get a little caustic stick and burn the little fuckers. Wait, someone says watching live and get a notification. He's okay. I thought they were saying they hadn't been notified I was live yet. I was like, did I not put myself in the window? Because I've done that before. But thanks everybody for coming. Like I said, this is just a conversation between myself and my viewers. If you've got a question or a topic you'd like me to have answer or discuss, put it in the live chat. Just type at the Yankee Marshal. All one word, no spaces before you put your question or your topic. That way they'll put a little red box around it and I will see it. I try to get to all those. If I can't, and you've got a question or a topic you definitely want addressed or answered, you could do a super chat. Super chats fund the Pets and Vets program, except for the next few ones. I'm going to do something. I think I'm going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's going to be a couple of changes. From now on, I think all Wednesday night chats are going to be just patrons on Wednesday nights. So we'll do just a patrons chat on Wednesday or Friday. It could be either one. Don't really care. Either one you'd prefer. And also Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday of this week, all super chat money is going to go to another charity. It's a charity run by a couple my sister knows in Alabama, daddy, that they run a charity where they provide they take 90 families every year that live in their area that are without, and they provide their kids toys. They provide them a Christmas dinner and all this other stuff. And this year, because of COVID, their $2,500 budget that they need to do it is they've got like 500 of it. So I'm going to try to help what I can. I think they might have a little more than that. But what I'm going to do is those 3 days, every dime we get in super chats, I'm going to donate to them, and I'm going to match the first 200 if we get $200 that gets donated. Because super chats, you never know. Super chat nights can be $8 or they can be $80. Depends on what night it is. And why am I getting so many fucking notifications? Tell me I'm live. And that's about all it told me. I got a message from Best Buy. I don't know why it's dinging at me so much. Ain't nothing new coming through. But I think I just told everybody we're going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. All donations are going to go to that charity, and I'll try to find out what it is in a minute. But I have to get on Facebook, and for some reason, Facebook doesn't work on my computer. It just doesn't work at all. Every time I try to go to Facebook, here, I'll show you what happens when I try to go to Facebook. Let's see here. Let me share this window. Share the screen. Where's it? There's the share the screen. Hold on. Okay, so sharing it. Can you see that right there? Facebook. This page isn't working. That's what happens every time I try to go, and it always tells me error, too many redirects. And so doesn't work. Let's see here. We got a super chat coming in from Stephen Carroll. I don't think I did my spiel about that, did I? I prefer revolvers and metal single action, double action autos, but I'm leaning towards a Glock for shit hit the fan due to the commonality of it. Would you go with the 17 or the 19? I'm still waiting for top 5 guns you thought you'd hate until you shot them. Yeah, it's on my list on that thing there, but I haven't been doing many top anything lists lately. I've been doing all the inside guns things. I gotta start doing videos for the weekends that are just regular videos. Because I don't do inside guns on weekends. But I've had people in and everything else going on since I started doing it. I'm sitting here trying to run through my head that if you're buying something for shit hit the fan, do you want something common that you're going to be fighting with everybody else for ammo for? I mean, that's just, I don't know if that seems like the right way to go to me. I mean, I understand saying, well, but there'll be more parts around for it. But yeah, there would be a lot of parts around for it, but every single person alive would be wanting those parts too. You'd be competing with them for those parts. So I'm not really sure I would go with the common caliber and common gun for shit hit the fan. I think I'd go for a reliable gun and then maybe keep some spare parts around just in case. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know how I feel about it. Why are these still on my desk? I don't know why these are still here. Just like I say, I understand the reasons why you would do that. Like I said, very common. It's all over the place. Parts are all over the place, blah, blah, blah. If you shoot some, you find some guy and his gun's broke, but his magazine's still good and it's the same gun as yours, you can take his magazine. I mean, I guess there's reasons for it, but there's also that whole, if everybody has the same gun, you're competing with everybody else that wants it. Like someone might want your magazines. Let me get back to the chat here. As I was saying, if you got a question for me, type at the Yankee Marshal before it or a topic you want me to discuss. I'll try to get to all those. If I can't get to all of them, you can do a super chat. Super chat donations go to the Pets and Vets Fund. And at the end of the month, if you donate $4.99 or more, for every time you do that, you'll get an entry in the friend drawing. And at the end of the month, we do a drawing for the friend, and the friend gets, that reminds me, I wonder if the other friend got his parts yet. I wonder if Justin Boots got his parts yet. You get an entry in the friend drawing, and if you get drawn as the friend of the month, you get to spend a gift certificate anywhere you want. You get to spend several $100 wherever you want to spend it, or you could spend it on a gun. Our last winner got some parts for his Beretta, and then is having the slide custom engraved. So Oh, I got to have a talk with my son too. I got home. One of the things I made certain of when I left was that this door was locked up tight. I get back, it ain't locked up. So my son has been in here because my youngest stayed here while we were gone. Him and a friend of his stayed here. So I don't know what they did, but I'm guessing if I go over and smell some of the guns, they will probably have been fired. Not that he will admit it. We will see. He might admit it. He might be like, I just went out of the range. Let's see. Where was I here? Have you seen the yellow skirts worn by Proud Boys in DC? Their next stop is the Blue Oyster Bar. You know, I've got a friend, straight friend, wears a kilt. And I see a lot of tough ass guys wear kilts. I mean, they like those Scottish kilts, I guess. And the tacti kilts, I think, are kind of really cool. And plus, if that thing you wear in the front to weight it down so that it's not blowing the front of your skirt up all the time and your balls are showing, that's like a perfect place to keep a gun, I would think. So, I mean, I don't think I would wear one. I mean, I don't know if it's that I'm not secure enough in my masculinity, because I'm pretty secure in my masculinity, and plus I don't give two shits. But I just don't know. I don't know if it's my thing or not. And I also feel like, I think one of the main reasons I don't want to do it is because I feel like I'm jumping on too late. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of other people have already done it, and now it just looks like, hey, there's the guy who's 10 years behind everybody else. Otherwise, I'd probably get one and wear it. Especially in the summer. My friend, he wears his hiking. When we go hiking, he's like, no chafing, and it's a lot cooler. And I'm like, well, that would be nice. But he wears underwear with his. I would too. I would wear underwear with mine. Setting your bias aside, which would you rather choose? Canik TP9 SF Elite or Smith & Wesson Model 90? Oh, Model 92 means MP9 Model 2.0. Well, the Smith, because I think it's a better gun. But now, if it was the actual Walther that the Caniks are based on, well, then I'd go with the Walther. But in this case, I'd go with the Smith. Thanks to you, I want to buy a Rhino, but should I sell my Glocks and Glock sticks at this time? Well, I mean, if you want to sell them and make buku profit off of them, probably now's a good time to sell them. How do I join patrons? You go over to patreon.com/the Yankee Marshal and you become a patron. And sometimes during the chat, people post the link to it. Like Earthay or Bosco, someone posts I guess I think he found it because I think someone just became a new patron. On Wednesday nights, are you going to exclude WAP members? Don't think they will like that. I don't know if there's any WAP members that aren't patrons. If 9mm for sissies and you don't like 45 ACP, what do you recommend for semi-automatic, single or double? 10mm or 40 or 387 SIG. Facebook is blocking you for being a bad boy. I don't know what it is. It does not work for my computer, period. And I've tried my other browser. Does not work. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with it? But I can find it on my phone. If I go to my phone, I can tell people what it is and they can look it up. Hold on. I'll tell you the charity we're going to be supporting. What's this? Adventure Time. Someone, okay. My niece said something mean to me again. Someone responded to the picture of the frog. Someone responded to the picture of me telling my sister, or called my sister an old homeless woman we met on the train. But I know there's a link on here that my sister sent me to those people's fundraiser. I'll just have to find it, will be the thing. Well, I might be able to find it. It's not Doctors Without Borders. I don't see it, but I know she sent it to me. She sent me like a message for it. Let's see. Here it is. I think this is it. Come on. When does this fundraiser end? Oh my God, it might end before I planned on doing this. Hold on. Well, if it loads up, and my phone is almost completely out of power. We just got back from the train. I used it on the train all the way here. So after using it all day, well, we'll see. We'll see if this comes up. Come on. Come on. It ain't coming up. Can't access device storage. I'm not trying to. Okay, here it is. One meal mobile Christmas toy drive. When does it end? Still says I can do it, so it must not have ended yet. It's slowly loading up. Oh, I've got my Wi-Fi turned off. That's why it's taken so long, because my phone kept wanting to hook to the train Wi-Fi, which was slower than fuck. Does this tell us when it? Where is it? When did they say they had 4 days left? 1 day ago. So, okay, I should be able to do it. Okay. They've got 1,185 of the 2,500. So whatever we can get will go be added to that. I'll try to raise 250 for you guys, and then I'll match it with 250, and we'll try to donate $500. Okay, now that I found that. You get ammo from the folks lying dead in the fields and the streets, just saying. Maybe. Where do they get their ammo? Like right now, where would you go get 9mm ammo? For shit at the fan, I just want a revolver and a lifetime's worth of springs for it. Well, yeah, revolver and a bunch. Well, a lifetime worth of springs be like 5 replacements probably on most revolvers. You could probably buy a lifetime worth of springs for most revolver just by spending like $50 on springs. At least by $100. Just join Patreon. Woohoo, says Survival System INC. If your son only wanted to consume smoothies, soup, salads, and steamed green vegetables, would you be wondering why he won't eat anything else? What? Smoothies, soup, salads? Maybe he's a vegetarian. We've made a pledge in our house now that we're changing our diet. As soon as the beef runs out, which we're almost out of beef, which is why I was trying to buy another side of beef. As soon as the beef is gone, which is going to be like a week, no more beef and pork. We don't bring beef and pork in the house. If we want it, we can have it if we're out somewhere. Kind of like with regular soda. I don't bring regular soda in the house, but if I'm in a restaurant, which we don't go to restaurants very often, can have it there. But no more in our house. We are going to eat just fruits, vegetables, chicken, poultry, other poultry, birds. We'll eat birds and we'll eat fish and seafood, seafood fish, because like scrimps, stuff like that. I have them shrimp skewers. That's what the black ladies always called the shrimp skewers. When I used to wait tables at Red Lobster, they would call them the scrimp screwers. Gotta have my scrimps. I want my scrimps on them screwers. That's not racist. That's just factual. What's the best 22 long rifle for walking dead zombies? Probably the Ruger. Mine, like my Ruger 1022 breakdown with the tack, that special barrel that has the welded on suppressor cover so that it counts as the length of the barrel. And then when you put the suppressor on, it's no longer than a regular 1022. I think that every armed American needs to have a body cam turned on at all times when they're carrying in public. Too many aggressors are treated like victims after they're shot. I think they make cameras you can put on your guns that turn on when you pull them. I wouldn't want my everything I do recorded. That's my private life. Pretty much whatever you do, wherever you do, it's going to be recorded nowadays anyway. Let's see, where am I at? What are the best sights for the 686 plus 4-inch for both carry and target practice? You know, I have a set of night sights on mine that I really like, but I think my favorite combination of sights on them is like the DS Sports rear sight, the fixed rear sight, and then a big dot front sight, big dot night sight. Dead Mag says also just joined Patreon. What took so fucking long? FN57 or Ruger. From everything I'm hearing, the Ruger is a better gun. Everybody I know that's owned both, and I've owned the FN57, and it wasn't what I'd call 100% reliable. So I would agree with the people that say that they think the Ruger 57 is more reliable. And I like the fact that it doesn't have all that plastic coating on the slide. I mean, it makes the FN57 look cool, but I don't like the feel of it at all, especially when it's, you know, it's a little wiggly. I don't like it. Tacti Kilt, keep an AR pistol in your man skirt. Dad, you could do that. Survival Systems Inc. donated the Pets and Vets Fund, got an entry in the friend dollar and says, recently picked up a like new inbox SIG M11A1 with factory threaded barrel for $550. What is your opinion on this for an EDC gun? It's an awesome EDC gun. It's an awesome EDC gun. Any of those SIG models like that are great carry guns. That was Survival Inc. who donated to the Pets and Vets Fund. Maybe your boy wanted to impress his lady friend. He ain't got no lady friends. He's a baby. Still a little boy. He ain't know nothing about girls or touching himself. Just a baby. Great video. Good advice. Do not panic and be prepared. We're not sure what's going down. Be ready and do not advertise yourself. Yeah, just people. I love the fucking blowhards and the know nothing go-tubers who support them. The ones that want you to think that they're tactical experts, yet they'll get out on the street and tell you, oh, "This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to rebel." No, you're not. You're stupid. No cameras. What do you mean no cameras? Well, you only need cameras there. The only time you ever need cameras, I mean, like maybe your job and stuff, yeah. But the only time you ever need cameras is because prostitution is illegal, but pornography isn't. So if you're filming it, it's fine. I just picked up a 686 no dash. Should I get it recalled? It seems to shoot 357 just fine. What was the recall for? I don't even remember a recall on them. Let me go back down to the bottom because I'm back up to the 9mm is for sissies. Today, I changed the mind of a formerly anti-gun pastor. I said, if you don't carry a gun, then potentially every member of your congregation will be totally defenseless. Yeah, you think they would let their patrons carry guns. Why would you want to keep your parishioners from carrying guns? I call them patrons because it's a business and they're paying for that business. But yeah, why would you want them to be defended and not be or to be defenseless? Machetes never run out of ammo and are inexpensive enough to buy. Plus, they have value and shit at the fanfares. I have multiple machetes around here. Regular machetes, bush machetes. I got the one like Daryl had not Daryl, Glenn had on The Walking Dead. My son's got a machete. Does 45 APCP have more impact than 10 millimeter? No. A guy responded on your video that he swore an oath to the Constitution, so he will fight when they come. He says his family will hunt down theirs. I don't think he's read the Constitution. I don't think he has either. Patton says hello from the beach. Merry Christmas, everyone, said Sporting Systems. I know I saw Patton's little backside on the beach earlier when I was on the train. I saw a picture of him. Looked like he was not following out to the water, though. It looked like he was saying, like, it's too fucking cold out in the water because she was up there and he was back here. Have a security camera. Oh, no cameras or have a security camera. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can go and look on the security cameras and see what the fuck he did. Easy. There's one camera that looks right at this door. So that's how we knew what John did to get in here and what he took, because we watched him walk out with it right there, and it's a good high definition camera, so I could see the shape of the gun in his hoodie. Let's see, where am I at? You got that Prince themed 1911 handy? Prince themed 1911. Oh, you mean the one with the grips on it? It's in there, right there. My wife wants to see. She's a huge Prince fan. I also have it on my Kimber, or not my Kimber, but on my a couple of my what do you call it? Rhinos. Where is the one with the Prince? What gun do I have it on? Is it on this? Yeah, it's on this one. There we go. Right there. There's the Prince logo on the grip. See, if I ever had to shoot somebody with this, they'd never be able to convict me because it says love on my grips. There's no guns missing out of my safe. No, it wasn't robbed. The hell, the gun sitting right there still there that I left sitting there when I left. That's my werewolf gun. I put a werewolf gun. I put your werewolf gun away first time you get attacked by a werewolf. My wife inherited her grandfather's Colt model 1917. It's a beauty. You know where I can get accessories? Ooh, I do not. But I know if you go over to the Colt forums, they'll be able to tell you where you can. You might even be able to find them there. There's a whole set of forums dedicated just to Colt. Just type in Colt forums in your browser window and you'll find it. I'm a little new to the channel. Who is John? That's my son's friend who stole a gun from me and then disappeared, who we were letting live here free of charge in the apartment upstairs. But he decided he did not want to. I gave him you can stay here as long as you need, and we will support you and we will pay your tuition to go to trade school, but you're not just going to stay here and smoke pot and do nothing. You're going to be working. We made him get his GED because he didn't have his GED, and he had trouble with that. And then we sent him to get his driver's license. He failed the test the first time. And then finally he passed it. And then we said, okay, now you're going to need to go to a trade school. And it was the height of the pandemic just beginning at that point too. So we said, now you might not be able to go for another year. I don't know how long it'll be till you can go. But once things clear up, you're going to go to a trade school. You can either go to community college or trade school, like electrician, plumber, whatever you want to do, we'll send you to it. But he decided he didn't like to work. He just wanted to do pot and hang out. So he stole a gun and bailed, and we never saw him again. The pastor was paranoid about getting shot while he was on the pulpit. His sermons aren't that bad. Well, if he's worried his parishioners are going to shoot him, he might want to change his sermons. What do you think if we replace gunpowder on something instant combustible, we will no need longer barrel to gain top velocity? Well, what's more, I don't know what we would use as a charge besides gunpowder. I don't know. I'm not a chemist. Not a chemist. Speaking of sporting systems, I need to get down there tomorrow. I haven't got down there. Did you report the gun as stolen to the police? Of course. Have you ever tried to lick your elbow only to realize you can't? No, I've never had a desire to lick my elbow. When people say, you can't lick your elbow, I'm like, why does that matter? It's like saying, you can't lick your own ass. I'm like, okay, why would I want to do that? Yankee, got to give credit. You called it on the NRA long ago. Spot on. It wasn't hard to see. Only people blinded by ideology couldn't see it. As far as you helping John, no good deed goes unpunished. I don't subscribe to that because I like to think most of the good deeds I do are appreciated. And I would never, because if I subscribe to that, you'd stop eventually doing good deeds. And I don't want people to stop doing good deeds. Damn respect to you, Yankee. Since it was your boy's friend, has your trust in your boy's friends gone down? No. John was in a situation, like I say, he's in survival mode. Kids get in this mode when they have no backup, when their life starts to fall apart and they didn't have any advantages growing up and they don't have good parents. His parents are drug addicts, and they get into a mode where they do whatever they have to do to maintain whatever life gives them any type of fulfillment or joy. And it's not anything personal against any person. It's just survival mode. And it's just, you just have to let it go. I did lose a nice Brigadier, Inox Brigadier Beretta, but other than that, wish I had that slide now so that I could have it engraved. Notice 30 minutes late. Well, it's just for you. I make sure that they send you yours when we're almost done. Because you're best in short dose. Well, any dose you use a short dose of you, but you're best in small doses. Let's just, same thing. I can attest to the fact that dirty deeds are not dirt cheap. Not always. No. Sometimes they cost $50. Justin Boots said, I know you've been busy. Just want to know, how's your Samurai Edge project coming along? Still sitting back there waiting to be put together. Also, did you get my email with my contact and mailing information? Yes, I got that. I ordered it because that night he sent me an email like 2 a.m. Like, I see you ordered these, but it's got Justin Boots' address on it. He's like, I know he watches your channel, but did you mean to put his address on there? I was like, yes, I meant to put his address on there. He said, okay, I'll mail them tomorrow. So they should be on their way to you already, because that was what, Friday? So probably should get them tomorrow or something, I would say. Trying to say best in small amounts. Yeah, but any amount, all of you is a small amount. Can't your insurance cover the gun? Yeah, I'm going to make a claim on my homeowner's insurance for one gun. Yeah, it's worth paying twice on my insurance for the rest of my life to get that one gun replaced. Does reporting your gun stolen absolve you of all liability? What Jen does with it in the state of Washington? Yes. The only way you're held accountable for a gun that's stolen, if it's in an area where it's supposed to be secure and people take it, even if you've got it locked in your vehicle and someone takes it, if you report it stolen and like they broke a window to get it, you're not liable at all. Which would you choose if you were unbiased? You already asked me that. Canik, this might be two different guns. Canik TP9 Elite or Smith & Wesson 2.0 Contact. Still, once again, the Smith & Wesson, a better made gun. I just bought an STI and like it a lot. Don't hear you talk about them ever. What's your opinion about STI, now Staccato? I've had one. I loved it. It was a fucking awesome gun. I thought, this is a gun that I will love forever, until I wanted to buy a Korth, and then I sold it. My dad lowered his cholesterol a lot by eating ground turkey instead of hamburger and spaghetti. And turkey makes great stir fry. It's healthier and healthier for us than chicken. Fish is even healthier. Yeah, I've done the ground turkey like in Hamburger Helper and stuff like that before. It's not as good as hamburger, but it's better than nothing, I guess. It's edible. Oh, that was a super chat by Justin Boots, by the way, and he got a couple entries into the friend drawing. I gotta get something to drink. I am very thirsty. Although I drank too much Pepsi this weekend. Are you caught up on every episode of The Mandalorian? We watched 2 episodes Friday night, so I think I'm caught up. Yeah. Can you think of a situation that you could have a chance of surviving with stuff in your car that causes society to totally collapse over a 24-hour period? The stuff in my car causes society to collapse over a 24-hour period? I would hope not. Can you think of a situation that you could have a chance of surviving with stuff in your car that causes society to totally collapse over a 24-hour period? Yeah, what stuff in my car would cause society to totally collapse? But I carry everything in my car I think I would need to get back to my home, even if I had to hoof it. Dale Rickety says, I am late as usual, but you had a gun stolen. Oh, it's like back in the summertime. It isn't recent. I had to feed my dog earlier. I didn't mean to ask the same question twice. I missed your answer the first time. My apologies. Well, you didn't do it like 2 minutes later, so it's not a big deal. But I answered it. Oh, and that was Dale Rickety that asked about. He donated to the Pets and Vets Fund to ask me about the stolen gun. But that was when John stole the gun back in the summer. What they're talking about. I ain't had no gun stolen since then. Only had 2 guns stolen in my life. I had a revolver stolen out of my black backpack once when I was homeless for a little while. And someone stole a revolver out of my backpack when I was asleep. And I kept it on my chest when I was sleeping. But they were crafty and I was particularly sleepy. But had that stolen and then had that gun stolen by John. I reported both of them. What cut of steak do you like? I like ribeye. Ribeye is my favorite. Which would you choose? Oh, I read that already. You didn't ask again. I just went back up to it. You're a good guy sometimes. I promise that I'm done buying guns in 2020. I mean it this time. Bought a coach gun in 12 gauge and a $99 Hatfield in 410 recently. No more. I have willpower. We'll see. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. That's true, I guess. I wonder why they wouldn't want to drink. I put Kitchen Accomplice brand beef, both concentrate in my brand beef broth concentrate in my ground turkey. Makes it taste beefy. Well, that's probably a good idea, but I don't. Is that still like having beef though? I don't know. Just impulsively bought a 1022 binary. That mean it identifies both as male and female? Did you watch The Sopranos? Nope, never a single episode. Do you have any H&Ks? One. Bill Burr's character in The Mandalorian mentions the Battle of Tanab, the conflict which made Lando Calrissian a general in Return of the Jedi. Yep, and then he shot the guy for it. There are lots of little bits in that. And hey, what's his name actually had to be in the suit for a change. He Doesn't usually have to be in the suit. The guy that played Lando or Mando, because usually it's a stunt man. Whenever you see him fully armored, it's almost always the stunt man. The other guy just does the voiceovers, but that time he had to actually be in the suit and actually had to do some stuff. Like, what could cause business to go from normal to apocalypse in 24 hours that could reasonably get home and survive with your get home bag? Are you talking like if the world explodes? Well, then no, there's not anything you can have in your vehicle. I don't think that's going to save you. But if like natural disaster or terrorist attack or anything like that, yeah, you can survive stuff in your car, but nothing's going to make the world implode in 24 hours, period. Except for maybe zombies. And yeah, I can get home with zombies with what I have in my car. I'm prepared for zombies. 10 things everyone should have in their vehicle. Well, I could do what I have in my vehicle video. I'm going to be doing a challenge because I get so tired of the dickless wonders, the ones that want to wear their gun up in the front pointing at their crotch all the time and want to act like it's a smart thing to do, even to the point they want to do it so badly that they will lie and say it's safer than carrying a gun on your hip. Oh, it's safer than carrying a gun on your hip. I'm going to do a challenge where I go outside. I'm going to film it. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to cut a hole in one of my holsters, put my gun on my hip, and fire it into the ground while I'm sitting on a stool. And then I'm going to stand up, do it again, and see if I die from either one of them or even get seriously injured, which, spoiler, I will not. And then I'm going to challenge any person that carries appendix to do the same thing. And I'm going to offer a prize if they can, I guess. But I'm going to challenge any of them to put their fucking money where their mouth is. Do the same thing. Because here, like somewhat like they always love to say, oh, well, the way your gun's pointed right now, if it went off, it would shoot you in the butt or the foot. Well, let's see here. Let's stick a pencil up the barrel. Let's see where that pencil goes. There's a pencil up the barrel. Well, that ain't shooting nowhere near my foot. That's pointing like 3 feet behind me. That ain't gonna shoot me in the thigh or the ass or anything. I ain't coming close. Won't even hit my wallet. Because there's the where you can just stick a dowel rod in there. Where the dowel rod touches the ground is where the bolt's going to go. Do that with your appendix carry. Put a pencil in the barrel and sit down. Do you ever use a shoulder holster? No. I don't like them. They give me a headache. What kind of zombies are we all screwed when they come for us? It depends. If they're fast zombies, yeah, a lot of people will be dead fast. I mean, initially there's going to be a lot of dead people, but then we'll quickly kill them all off once you figure out how to do it. And what cant do you prefer? I don't know. I think it's like 15 degrees or 10. I don't like a lot of cant. Can you make a video for the lady not to keep a gun in her purse? I've already done that. Do you ever watch any John Lovell videos? No, I don't. John Lovell put a gun with a suppressor in appendix holster, then mentioned how cold it was. Let's see him mag dump the pistol, then stick that hot suppressor back in his holster. Yeah, and I always love these people. They're like, oh, as long as you're trained, you're never going to have a problem. Never. Yeah, there's a potential problem anytime, even if you're trained. People who have the most negligent discharges are experts because they handle guns more. And that one video where the guy yanks the gun up out of his appendix holster. He's standing, in the regular position, fires the gun 3 times. The slide doesn't lock back, so he didn't empty the mag. It wasn't like he just put 3 bullets in it. Slide doesn't lock back. And he does this thing. He slams it back down into. All it would have taken is a piece of his shirt to have gotten pulled out when he did that, or anything like that. Boom, he could have shot himself in the balls. Just like that one guy in that video where he bends over and boom, shoots himself in the balls because his shirt got in the trigger. Bet you $5 that John only stole your gun so he can sell it, and he's probably homeless right now. He probably bought it and he probably took it downtown and sold it to get enough money to get a train ticket or a bus ticket down to California. We willing to bet that's where he went, because that's where he went one time before when he ran away. When he was like 16, he ran off down there, and he was down there for like 6 months because the weather's better down there if you're going to be homeless. So he went to Southern California. He's like, if you're going to live on the street, you might as well live on the street in Southern California. Exploding those burns at the ER. Well, I'm going to stick a piece of leather on my thigh so I don't get and I wouldn't get any burns anyway, because it's going to be in the holster. The only thing I get burned is a muzzle, and I'm going to stick a little leather strap under me here. I'll tell them they can do the same thing. They can put a leather strap. They can wear leather underwear if they want. After watching an episode of The Sopranos where a mobster beat his pregnant girlfriend to death with his fist, I couldn't watch that show anymore. I just have no desire to watch those types of shows. I watched a video where a guy goes around smacking people's drinks out of their hands in public. What would you do if someone did that to you? Depends on the situation. It was just, well, for one, it'd be a Coke or a Pepsi, so it wouldn't be a lot. Depends. If I wanted to whoop his ass, I'd whoop his ass maybe, but probably wouldn't. I'd probably be like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? You need help. You need some help. But I'd definitely have him thrown out wherever we're at. I would be interested in watching a how-to dinner video for some of the things you talk about you making for the kids. Yeah, it's not a cooking channel, but would you buy the revolver that saved your bacon again? You mean the same one? I wish I'd never sold it, but I'd buy that one back if I had the opportunity. Donna is putting her 2 cents in. The revolver is king and has no equal. I assume that's not Donna then tonight again. Let's see here. How did you come across listening to Prince? What do you mean, how did I come across listening to Prince? You mean, how did I discover Prince? Well, me and my friends, we used to go over to this place called the Alcove in Gallipolis, Ohio, because my friend had moved there from California to West Virginia. And he's like, it's the only place we can go and get good music. And we went over there, and we were both like, let's both get someone we've never listened to before. And I ended up getting Prince Dirty Mind. And I can't remember what it was he got, but I got Prince Dirty Mind. I went home and listened to all of it. This was one of the times we didn't have to ride our bikes over because his parents took us. That was one of the things that got me, that made me mad when he moved. Because him and his parents moved from California, and then his mom and dad got divorced because she didn't want to live in fucking West Virginia, and then him and his mom went back to California. So while they were there, his mom used to drive us over to the Alcove all the time. After she left, I was hooked on good music, and I had to ride my bicycle with my other friends over there every time. And it's like 75-mile round trip. At the store in the spice aisle, get a jar of beef, better than bouillon, to add to ground turkey, and you'll be hooked. It makes turkey and chicken taste like beef, better than plain. Probably would if it's bouillon, but isn't that like just eating beef? Don't they? I don't know what they make the bouillon out of. As far as thieves selling guns goes, aren't pawn shops required to ask for proof of ownership before they buy a gun from someone? Well, they run it and see if it's stolen. So if he ever took it to a pawn shop, it would get reported as stolen. Yeah. Where am I? Shouldn't we be organizing and protesting at the ATF location over their recent actions? What actions? The ones where they did absolutely nothing to that company that makes the braces, other than tell them don't falsely advertise and say that all your braces have been approved when you've only submitted 2 for approval. They didn't tell them they had to stop selling them or that they weren't legal. They just said you haven't sent the other ones in. So that, I don't know what we protest on that. And I don't know about what else is going on right now. So, and the polymer 80 thing, I'm like, if they're breaking the law, they're breaking the law. You can protest the law. That would be the best way to do that, would be to protest the actual law, try to get it changed. I think how we deal with something stupid like that. The carry position is thing. It's so stupid. There's inherent risk of carrying a gun, and you never want it to go off when it's not meant. Not sure what point he's making. Do you own any of the older semi-automatic Smith and Wessons? I've had them in the past, but I'm just not a big fan of them. They're just a little bulky. They're a little, but I'll tell you the real reason I didn't like them and got rid of them is the way they put the safeties on. I mean, literally, it was on a lot of them. It was just a big fucking Phelps head screw on the side, just like you'd find in a department store or a hardware store. I'm like, that looks cheesy. And I didn't like that when they had these, you know how they had the little lever over there, and it had the little bent piece of metal that was held in place by the grip that the slide stop thing clicked in. I was just like, I don't like that either. Were you a big fan of Eminem? Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Eminem, but I mean, I liked some of his music, but I wasn't a big fan. And I'll tell you, I actually like it better now than I did then. I hear it now and it's nostalgic, so I kind of like it, but I wasn't a big fan of Eminem back in the time. Yes, it's Donna. We both take in your chat. Okay. Well, was he saying that, or do you refer to yourself in third person like that all the time? Never trust people that refer to themselves in the third person. Like if I was to go, the Yankees got to go bathroom. Or Yankee don't like that. I'll be like, don't trust people who do that. At the store in the spice aisle, I read that, didn't I? What pistol model did John pick? It was a Brigadier, bred in 92 Brigadier Inox. Had a laser guide rod in it, night sights, nice grips. Little fucker. Oh well, life goes on. Did you ever see Looper? If so, did it make you cringe the way the Gatmen were shooting the guns like pop guns? I have never seen Looper, so I don't know. What law did Polymer 80 break selling the same kit for years? Well, apparently they were selling all the materials you need to make the gun with the gun, which is not legal according to the letter of the law. If you sell it in a way that the parts can be assembled with what you send them to put it together, that is considered a gun. You have to send them the thing you send them in the mail has to not be able to be put into the configuration of a gun without going to other extraneous means to do it. You have to have other things already available and stuff that you can do it, or go buy other things from another source. But I think according to law, it's supposed to be with things you would have on hand. So by selling a kit that makes it possible to you not have to get anything else other than putting it together, that makes it a gun, and that's breaking the law according to the letter of the law. And I said, well, I would think that wouldn't be, because you would have to have a drill, a hand drill. But then someone said, you should know better as a woodworker. You know, you can just use basic stuff laying around and make a drill, one of those pull drill things where you can drill through with that. And I'm like, well, yeah, I guess that's a little extra effort, but and you wouldn't need anything other than what they sent you in the bag, really. Have you ever been to a bird watching location? Well, I'm sure I've been through some, but I've never done bird watching. I've never been a big bird watching fan. The proper response is to pick up said soda can and throw it as hard as possible at drink spiller. Well, I mean, I figure if they're going around smacking drinks out of people's hands, if it's probably like not a bar or something, then so it wouldn't be in a can. I wouldn't think it'd be like a glass. I think they get themselves thrown out real quick. But they're just running like out in the normal day, smacking sodas and stuff out of people's hands, like out of their glass, out of their can or their cup or whatever they got, which I don't really walk around in public with a soda in my hand. I would deal with it depending on the situation and what they did. I mean, if you have one of these kits and were dumb enough to pay with card and have it delivered to your house, should you expect trouble from the ATF? Well, no, I wouldn't think you would expect any trouble from the ATF. You were sold a piece of goods that you didn't, that they claimed wasn't illegal. So I can't see them caring. They usually don't care about little things like that. They're not out to bust every other person who does anything wrong. Like I had a guy send a gun right to my door one day. Not to my FFL, even though I gave him all my FFL information. He sent the gun right to my fucking front door. The post office delivered it. I get it. I open it up. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking gun. Someone sent me through the USPS. So I call the ATF and say, well, I said, hypothetically, what would I do in this situation? And they're like, well, is the gun stolen? I was like, not that I know of. He's like, well, take it to your FFL, have them run it. If it's not stolen, have them do the transfer and you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. I just didn't want me to go get trouble for that. I assumed beef broth doesn't contain the components of beef that are thought to be bad for you, but I could be wrong. I'm not stopping eating beef and pork because it's bad for me. I'm stopping fuck that. I'd rather die at 70 and enjoy my life than I'm stopping eating pork and beef because they are mammals that care for their children and form emotional bonds with each other and other species even. So I don't want to eat them anymore. Chicken burgers, instead of anything with ground beef in it, we'll have ground turkey in it. Even if I make chili or stuff, ground turkey. The ATF is already visiting people demanding the kits and stores demanding to know who bought the kits. I haven't heard anything about that or seen anything credible about that yet. One of the best movies purely for the gun in it is Alien Nation. It had the Freedom Arms Model 83 and Manelli M1 Super 90 shotgun with a drum mag. Venison? Nope, not going to eat venison. That's a mammal. I'm not going to eat mammals that care for their children, that nurse. Basically, if it nurses its young, I'm not going to eat it. If you carry a mechanical safe gun appendix or any other way and pay attention to draw and reholstering, that's really the problem. There's no way to limit risk, so who cares? Yeah, there is a way to reduce risk greatly. Don't point your gun at your fucking femoral artery or your genitals. That greatly reduces risk. That's like saying, there's no fucking way to ever totally be safe, so I'm not wearing a seatbelt. I ain't looking when I cross the street. And yeah, there's plenty of way to reduce risk. What about eating beaver? Is that okay? It depends on what kind of beaver you're talking about. Either way, I'm not really interested. What about a platypus? Well, they're not mammals technically, but I mean, I'm not going to eat any marsupials either. I'm only going to eat fish and fowl, seafood, basically seafood and things with wings. And birds do care for their children and stuff like that too, but they don't nurse them. So, and some birds are very smart, but not chickens and turkeys. They're not smart. Backing up my porn offline. My Wi-Fi is getting turned off on the 16th. COVID took my job and now my internet. Oh, that suck. I would think that they would give people leeway right now and not turn people off. Like if you call them and say, "Hey, I'm out of work right now. When I get back in work, I'll catch up on my bills," that they would leave it on, because you think they would not be allowed to turn off utilities right now. That would be, because I consider internet a utility, especially if you're looking for a job or anything else. The internet's very important. So bear hunting bothers me because these hunters kill mama bears with nursing cubs. Yes, bear hunters I don't care for at all. Now we say it's because that real wonderful fucking meat. No, it isn't. It's stringy and it's greasy. It is not good meat. If you take it to most butchers, they won't butcher it, and they'll tell you flat to your face because it's shitty fucking meat. And if I butcher it for you, you're going to come back and blame me for the shitty fucking meat. My great uncle's a butcher, and he'll tell you that right to your face. He said, "You're just trying to create a reason to kill bears. They're not prey animals for a reason." Florida Highway Patrol donated to the Pets and Vets program and says, "Have you noticed that the government won't let any militia group be as organized as most law enforcement agencies? And the FBI and the ATF will shut them down if they try to be." I haven't noticed that, but I haven't really involved with many militias because I tried to be several years ago here in Oregon, Washington area. Clams, I'll eat clams, like clam chowder. I had clam chowder for dinner last night. What I had for dinner last night, I started it already, because what I had last night is I had fried fish, I had clam chowder, and I had, what's that soup with it's like salmon and clams and shrimp. I forget. It's got like Kialope, or some sort of weird, like CI, some L, and there's a C and an I and an O and an L and a P and an E and some stuff in it. I don't forget the name of it, but I ate that last night. Why not let shutoffs continue? This is the perfect time to consolidate power in the government and a few corporations. I was waiting to get, wait, did I read all that? Oh yeah, I read that. It was from Florida Highway Patrolman who got who got an entry in the friend drawing, a couple entries in the friend drawing. There, pets. Chickens are smart as hell. No, they're not. I've seen chickens do too much stupid shit to ever believe chickens smart. I've seen chickens fight with a mirror for an hour until they were too worn out to get up and almost died from exhaustion. And plus, they're meaner than fuck. Like if a cow came over to me and just started punching me, just started tossing me around and kicking me and calling me ethnic slurs, I'd eat that fucking cow. So same thing with chickens. They're jerks. I don't mind eating them. Clam chowder is awesome. Love it with sourdough bread. I don't eat any bread with it. I'm not a big bread eater. So I just like the chowder. I don't even put crackers in it. I just like the chowder. We ate some place called, what did we eat last night? I forget what it's called, but well, what it should be called is $175 for 4 people to get fried fish and soup. That's what it should have been called. But it was good. It was very good. Some militias in the Northwest are tied to white supremacist groups. Pretty much all of them that I tried were. I went to multiple different meetings for the 3%ers, the other guys, Oath Keepers, all that stuff. Every one of them was like a fucking Klan rally. 2 of which I felt very unsafe and had to leave because I know I'm going to say something and they're probably going to kill me. So I'm like, I left something in my car. Get out of there. How do I know about the friend drawing? Do I check my email? Well, I announce it in the chat, and then pretty much everybody lets you know because they got big mouths. I was using a question to point out that the economic situation right now will result in a consolidation of economic power in a few large corporations. Well, that's already happening with the internet. And they're very much controlling who gets high-speed internet and who doesn't. I was waiting to get a Smith & Wesson 686 Plus and a PC carbine, but There's an M96 Swedish Mauser at my local gun store. It's tempting me. A bit expensive at $850 though. That seems expensive to me for that. But yeah, I've kind of wanted one myself. But I've already got a Smith & Wesson 686 Plus, and I already got other things. But I still kind of wanted one, so I can't fault you for what knows it is for wanting one. But I'm to the point though that I don't usually choose long guns over, and that just seems real expensive to me for it. Is that the going price for them now? Because I seem to remember them being a lot cheaper. I once met a man who was both a promise keeper and an oath keeper. He joins every group with keepers in the title. What about Beekeepers of America? Is he in the Beekeepers? Hey there, TYM. How you doing tonight, zombie? I don't talk to fucking zombies. I'm not trying to get buddy with a zombie. They try to get it in. They try to ingratiate yourself with you, and then you don't. Then you hesitate when they start to try to eat you, and you get bit. Let's see here. Oh, we're out of time, aren't we? Regular Campbell's chicken noodle or chunky chicken noodle? I like them both. But when I'm like making grilled cheese, I just want the regular Campbell's chicken noodles. What I grew up on, and if I like to dip my grilled cheese in. My son likes tomato soup to dip his grilled cheese in. I like the just regular chicken noodle. Did you ever see District 9? If so, were the prawns once human? I don't think so. Why would they have been once human? They didn't originate on our planet. Currently have 2 Glocks, 9mm and 40 Smith & Wesson. Should I purchase a Bred 92 FS next, or should I diversify and purchase a 22 long rifle or 12 gauge shotgun? I'm interested in building a Samurai Edge. Well, you're not going to be able to build a Samurai Edge out of a 22 long rifle or 12 gauge shotgun. So if that's what you're interested in, I would say get the Bred 92. I wouldn't get the 92 FS. Well, yeah, I guess you could build a Edge, but the Bred is what you really need to get to build the Samurai Edge. What's your opinion on the Armscore M200 revolver? Not high, but I'd get a Taurus instead. But please tell your viewers to be sure to guard against heartworms for their pets. We just lost our 4-year-old Mastiff to heartworms, and we're still not over it 3 weeks later. Oh, that would be horrible. I lost a 2-year-old pug once, and oh my God, it about killed me. I can't imagine that. Well, I can't imagine it because I've been through it. But yeah, heartworms. Our dogs are on the heartworm medication and the flea treatments and all that other stuff. So always, it's sometimes tempting to not do it because you're like, well, what's the chance of them getting heartworms? But if you're going to take them to like public places or travel with you anywhere, or even just let them outside, definitely. It's worth paying the extra $30 for the heartworm pill or whatever it is. Okay, I think I'm through the questions here. Do you like KFC? I think everyone knows I love KFC. Good news. Odin, the stolen service dog, was found and returned to his owner, Davey, in Florida. Well, that's good news. Did the people who stole him, were they beaten to death? Reason why I asked about District 9, because in the end, the main character made a steel rose and sent it to his wife, and is still making them when he went full prawn. But that was something that turned him into a prawn. I don't think that was, prawns were ever human. At least I didn't get that from it. In a P226, does a light mainspring reduce double action pull or just the single action? I've seen some 17 and 19 pound springs. Well, a mainspring is going to change pull on both actions of your trigger. Like on my Berettas, I put a 12-pound spring on them, and it makes a huge difference. Factory springs used to be 20, and that was the chair, not me, by the way. Factory springs used to be 20, and then the D springs were 16 pounds. But they started making D springs standard on everything. And now if you want a lighter one, like I think Langdon Tactical uses a 13-pound. I think that's what he puts in his, and I put a 12-pound in mine. But I don't ever shoot any like surplus NATO ammo or anything, so I don't have to worry about the light primer strikes, because I have found that 12-pound works on anything off the shelf in America. Just pretty much anything off the shelf in America will work fine in it. And your trigger is like, oh my fucking God, it's like this one right here. Let's see. Right here. This one. Where's my, I thought I had it out here. Did I put it up? Let me see. Put it up. Oh, yeah. Well, it doesn't look like I put it back in there. Where did I put it? I thought I had it sitting right here when I left. But I might have moved. Oh, it's right here. Because here's this Beretta, and I've got the 12-pound spring in it. Ready. Let me do a couple to average it out. All right. There's the average from 4 pulls. 3 pounds, 1 ounce. That's on the single action. That's like 1911 territory. Now let's do double action. I got to brace the gun. Hold on. Oops, I don't want to cock it. Don't cock it. And here it is. There's the average from 3 pulls on double action. 5 pounds, 4 ounces. Makes a huge difference. And I put some light blue ones on there now. And I got some green ones, but this is not what it's going to look like when it's done, because I'm going to have this slide engraved and coated. But I got some of the green ones. I refinished these ones. I finished these ones myself. I got one of the kits where you buy them unfinished, because you can send those out faster. And I made it a lighter color. I really like the lighter color, because some of the ones are very red. Like, if you look at the ones, like some of the ones, see how that's got kind of a red tint to it, dark and it's red. I like the lighter wood on some of them. I like the red too, but I didn't want them all to be red. So like this one's more of a medium brown. It's not quite as light as the other one. So it's like reddish brown, medium brown, and light brown, or the colors I did some of them in. So I can see like the difference in the color there. All right, where was? Oh, I was done, wasn't I? I was done. Dr. Manhattan versus Q from Star Trek. One-on-one battle. Who wins? Oof. Well, Dr. Manhattan lives in all different times and dimensions at the same time, where Q doesn't do that. So, but Q's powers seem to be more limitless than Dr. Manhattan's. They don't seem to have to adhere to any, scientific principles. So I'm going to say Q maybe. In a shit hit the fan situation after eating all your neighbors, would you hunt deer? Well, yeah, and shit hit the fan, you eat whatever you can find. I'll even kill and eat bunnies. There's tons of fucking bunnies out here. Tons. I mean, like literally any time at sunset or in the morning, I wanted to walk out in my yard. If I had an air gun or a 22, I could take probably 5 bunnies before they all got away, because there's literally 30 or 40 of them around, right? Like just on this 3-acre area of my property. They'll be sitting in. We don't have to even mow our fucking yard half time. They keep the grass cut. All the big wheat, all the, the sweet grass and all that stuff, they eat that shit right up. Let's see here. The truck thief left Odin the Mastiff alone in the truck after he abandoned it. The thief is still at large. I hope they catch him. Maybe Odin can ID him. My dad and I frequent your channel for tips and advice. We appreciate all you do. Thanks. You mean like gun tips or other things? I wouldn't advise. I always say take my advice with a grain of salt, but do you know if the Smith 327 comes without the moon clip cutout? I do not think so. I do not think so. You think you'd be able to call Smith and order one like that, but I don't even know if they'll do special orders. Used to be a time when Smith would do special orders, especially if you could get like 10 people who wanted something done the same way. They would do like a run of like 20 or 30 guns. They don't seem to do that much anymore. Like I do, our local police department did that. They like in Huntington one time, they were like, we want these, but we want them to say this and we want them blah, blah, blah. They ordered like 30 of the same revolver and Smith did them for them. I'm happy KFC ain't made of mammals. It's not made of mammals. They're birds. Someone in the chat one time said, birds are mammals. I'm like, no, birds are not fucking mammals. Where'd you ever get that from? They're, what you call it? Avas or something like that. Biology and zoology, or zoology, as a lot of people like to say, was not my major, by the way. Is there a cost to having a moon clip cut out? I mean, there's a cost to having it done. If you have one that isn't cut from moon clips, it does cost to have it done. I don't know what you mean by that. I just saw a movie similar to Watership Down about dogs called Plague Dogs. It's a powerful cartoon movie. But all right, everyone, I want to say thanks to everybody for coming tonight. Matt said Q2, and I agree. Yeah, I think it's Q because I say his powers don't seem to have to follow any laws. Like they're way above, beyond the laws of physics and everything. So I want to say thanks to everyone for coming tonight. It's nice to know that great minds think, and Matt too, think alike. But I just want to say thanks, everyone. I appreciate it, especially those of you that are patrons. If you're not a patron yet of the channel and you want to be, please go over and become a patron if you can afford to. $1 a month, $2 a month. Whatever group you want to join over there. There's different levels, like you get different things if you join, which I've got to send those out next weekend, and I'm dreading it. But thanks to everyone for coming. I appreciate the people who come in and participate in the chats and do the super chats to help support the Pets and Vets program. Appreciate it. In fact, I appreciate everything all y'all do because it's the stuff you do to make it possible for me to do the stuff I do. Someone put in a picture of a Mandalorian Corvette that they took a picture of somewhere in Washington because it's got Washington tags on it. And I have actually seen that Corvette before. I saw it at the mall once when we went to, I have a picture of it somewhere. Don't know if I'd be able to find it, but I know I have a picture of it in my phone from a long time ago when I saw it at the mall. Well, it wasn't like a long, long time ago, but it was back like a summer or two ago. Might have been this summer or might have been the summer before. I'm just looking real quick to see if I can see the picture where I took a picture of it. That's a drone. It's way back, I think. Because I don't think we went out to eat any this summer. So I think it was last summer. Wait, it says April 18th. Oh, that wasn't the year. That's the day. Come on. All right, here I'm about in the right time frame, I think. Let's see if I can find it. There's me at SHOT Show. There's me at SHOT Show again. There's me buying a quart. There's me at the rally at the Capitol. There's me at the Capitol talking to one of the what do you call them? Senators. Waiting to go into their office, actually. There's a picture y'all can't see. Where's the picture of that car? I know I took a picture of that car. I thought it was the summertime. I'll have to find it and show next time because I know I took a picture of that car. I just know I did. Let me go back just a little further here. November. Oh, this is the month I got turnips, so there's a lot of pictures here. Because it's when I first get a puppy, I got to take 1,000 pictures of them. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. You know how you look for something for a certain amount of time, and then you feel like, well, I've looked this long, I got to keep looking. Oh, there's pictures of turnip as a baby. Oh my goodness. Who wants to see a picture of turnip as a baby? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, there's turnip as a baby, his old wrinkly butt, standing up to get to the water bowl. That was adorable. I know my son has a picture of it. I don't know what the fuck that was. Come on. God damn it. I'm going to have looked this long for it and not find it. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to find it. I know I didn't have this phone when I took it, but I'm pretty sure it transferred over with the stuff from this phone, from my other phone to this phone. Okay, I'm into the summertime of 2 years ago. Or not this summer, but the summer before. You know, the summer when we could actually go places and do things. Yeah, I didn't see it. I'll find it and show it next time. But I want to thank everyone for coming, and I will see you all later. I'll see you tomorrow, actually. So until then, sayonara.